Baby? Honey, what are you doing? You still awake? No. No, you can't lie your way out of this one. There's no way you fell asleep and got back up to sit at your desk. No, you can't lie. You're still wearing the same clothes from earlier today. And I can still smell the, how can I put this kindly? Not showering after your gym excursion? It's not that I don't mind it, of course. You've fallen asleep without taking a shower before. Just, no, you haven't slept. Babe, what's keeping you up so late? You can tell me. No, I won't go back to bed until you tell me. I'm not gonna let you just sit here and waste away perfect hours of sleep. Oh, love. It's that project that's keeping you up? It's more than that. Okay, well, what is it? Alright. You can tell me. I'm here. And more awake. So, you're worried your project isn't going to be good enough. Maybe. Just by looking at the progress that you have right now, in the past week since you were assigned this, I can tell you're doing amazingly. What makes you think you won't do well? What do I mean? I mean, every time you've been given a project or something important, you've always overworked and obsessed yourself over it. But you always do great, impressing everyone around you. Oh. So you're afraid of failing. Well, my love, you feel like you have to be perfect about everything, otherwise... I see. Well, babe, you know that achieving perfection in both life and projects is never going to be completely possible. Even if people think it is, or want to say it is, it's just part of human nature. To always believe we can do better than what we've already done, even if we've done our very best to do it, to achieve it. I remember when I was a little younger, and I still have this habit every once in a while, where I would do projects, or, perfect example, when I used to do theater. Yeah, that's how we met. Remember how I would come home from theater rehearsal and you would ask me what was going on and why I was so stressed? And I would tell you it's because even after every rehearsal and performance, no matter how amazing or perfect it was, I would be stressing out over my characters, saying I could do better. I don't care what they say. I know they say it's perfect, but I could do this better. I could have done that, especially after all the performances. I would vent to you so much whenever we would go on a date and you asked me how acting was going, how the theater was, and how everything was falling into place during each performance. And you would always remind me that no matter how much I practiced and worked, that it would always be perfect no matter what, because I put my all into it. Yes, of course I remember that. May have been a few years ago, but you know me. I burn things into my memory very quickly, especially good ones like that. The same applies to you, my love. No matter what happens, you're always going to believe and think that you can always do better. And no matter what the outcome, your projects, even if you've done everything under the sun to make sure that it's perfect, absolutely perfect, there will always be one or two things that you wish you could have changed to make it better or to do better. But you should still be very proud of yourself for what you've accomplished. I know I am. And at the very end of the day, you did your absolute best. And that's all you can do. Of course, there's always a chance that things might not go as well as you want. But no matter what, as long as you do your best, you can never say you didn't try. Even if things don't go well or people don't always like the outcome of your projects. That's what my parents would always tell me whenever I was stressing out over a test or a group project, school project, whatever it was. They would always say, look, no matter what, you did your very best. You studied, you prepared, you rehearsed, everything. And that's all you can do. Even if you don't get the grade or results or response that you wanted, that you wished for, at least you could say you tried, and you can hold your head up and be proud of that. Better to try and to fail than not try at all, right? I know it's an old saying, and I use it a lot, but it's true. Better to know that you've done your best and you gave it your all, and then sit at home and think, man, I could have actually done it. Could have done great. I wonder if I did. Wonder what would have happened if I tried. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You want to stay up. Why would you want to do that? Just to finish a certain part? Let me think. I know you well enough to know that I am going to finish a part, as you say, or finish a sentence or paragraph or part of a project, a section, whatever. That just means you're going to do that and then complete 20 others until you feel like it's done. So, as much as I love you, which I do to the very ends of the earth, I have to say no. That's a bad idea. How do I know? Well, if you think about it logically, because now that you're not listening to me appealing to your sweet side, I know you were listening to me, but I might as well throw a little bit in there, my logic, just to be safe. If you think about it, you are tired from everything you've done today. Everything, and I mean everything. And I don't think working out for a couple hours at the gym and still smelling like chlorine and sweats isn't helping your case. If anything, I'm sure the fumes are making your brain all fuzzy, and that's why you decided to stay up. know I told you I don't mind that smell, but I'm just saying that if you've had a big, crazy busy day, which you tend to do a lot, especially during your projects, if you stay up and try to continue working on them, your brain cells are going to be screaming at you, I need sleep. And if you don't listen to them, then you won't be able to focus on your project as well as you would if you had a good night's sleep. I think it's true. I've been there. Despite the fact I don't need a lot of sleep to focus really well, I still notice that my results for everything are way better after a good night's sleep of 6 to 8 hours. Okay, 5 to 7, but you know what I mean. After a good night's sleep, my brain cells are all hyped up and ready to work. Besides, I always like to jot down the ideas before I go to sleep, just so I can remember them when I wake up. Why don't you give that a shot? Every time you start to feel your eyes getting heavy, or your breathing getting slower, or you're getting a little cross-eyed, which you can sometimes do when you get tired, then just shake yourself awake for a second. Grab a spare piece of paper and just write down the rest of your thoughts in simple bullet point form. That way you can come to sleep in our lovely, comfortable, soft, warm bed and get rested. And then when you wake up in the morning, you'll feel not only refreshed, but relieved because you remembered that you wrote down your thoughts, so that after breakfast or a snack or whatever we end up doing in the morning, you will be able to go back to your desk and realize that you haven't really forgotten anything at all. Just give it a shot, okay? Good, I'm glad that you're listening to me, at least once. What would you do without me? I don't know. I mean, you are a little clueless at some times, but you are very intelligent overall, so I think you'd do fine. I love you too, baby. Now, why don't you put things away, write down your thoughts really quickly on a piece of paper. Here, this one. And you go take a shower. And then after you do that, come into bed with me. I'm going to stay up and make sure you follow through. No, it's not because I don't trust you. That's not it at all. It's just that I want to make sure that you go step by step, kind of like training. Yes, I am your drill sergeant for this evening. We're going to finish writing down your notes, and then go take a shower, and then come here to lay in bed with me so that we can both go to sleep. Will I be able to stay up? Of course. I have a new book that I bought the other day, and I've been meaning to get it started, but you know me. My schedule for the past couple of days has been pretty hectic up until this point. I think I'll start it now. That way it will help me stay awake while you finish writing your notes and get a shower in and then dry off before you join me in bed. Yes, I'm sure. It will definitely do the trick. Now stop arguing with me. You know it's not going to work. You finish writing down those notes. Good. I'll put these away for you. Yes, in a nice pile, just like you always do. And go shower, get yourself cleaned up, and I will be waiting in bed for you. And once you're dried off, you can get into bed and we can snuggle together and fall asleep together. Just dream away the stress. Okay, now get going. I'll be here.